Okay, cool. Can we start off with what your name is and what you're doing here today?
Well, my name is Kenneth Harrington, and I've come here really, I feel, as a matter of conscience, that as a person who doesn't want to see any injustice in the world, I feel that my presence here, I'm making my contribution to try to put things right.
Absolutely.
Same here. Same here.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your name?
George Rappel.
Thanks, George. What do you think? What do you think the power of today can do? What do you think? People coming out here today and marching to get the troops out. How do you think that changes the situation?
Well, I think we come back to the old business of that there is a certain strength in numbers. Unfortunately, I feel that after the last demonstration that we had prior to the invasion of Iraq, I feel that democracy let us down very, very badly. But nevertheless, I feel to sit back and do nothing is probably worse. At least, as I say, there is hopefully a strength in numbers. And I'm sure that if we do it often enough, we will influence things in one way or another.
I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, I was watching a documentary recently and it said sitting at home and doing nothing is actually incredibly violent, which I personally agree.
It is, yes. It's for my own conscience, that's why I'm here. It may not make a lot of difference, but I'm here anyway for my own conscience.
It's cathartic in that effect as well, really,
And sometimes silence is agreement, you know what I mean? So
it could be construed as condoning something.
It could, yeah, and so I'd rather be here, no matter what.
What would you say to people that maybe haven't protested and are just sitting at home and quite happy? What would you say to them?
Well, I would say to them that democracy was earned, through a lot of suffering, and it didn't come overnight. It evolved over centuries, and I think that has to be appreciated, that what they've got should be maintained, and the status quo has to be maintained. Unfortunately, in recent years, I do feel that democracy has been eroded, and power has been taken away from the people.
Oh yeah, again, it's about people power. That we're not going to sit down, we're not going to take everything lying down. And that we will protest while we can still do it. Yeah, it's our right to protest, and this is the place to do it.
All right. Absolutely, thank you. Just final question. I don't know how old you guys are. Did you see any the Second World War or Vietnam or anything
Vietnam.
like that?
Vietnam. I mean, I'm 60 now, and yes, I was very young. I was sort of 19, 20 while all this was going on. I do feel that I was a little bit less enlightened at the time. I wish I'd been more enlightened and that I was aware of what was happening. But that won't happen again as far as I'm concerned. I think now, it's pretty apparent. The American foreign policy, the whole thing is so rotten, really, that, we're all becoming aware. And thanks to the internet as well, we can communicate on a worldwide basis.
Absolutely. Gentlemen, any final thoughts?
No, thank you very much for giving us your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nice one. Let me give you my card. So it'll be up on internet in a couple of days, I would imagine, maybe.